Hi guys, Courtney here. In my first video I showed you how I do my book binding, and I said that a Demon Hunter book was coming up. Well, I finally done all my inserts and my signatures in it, which you can see I have 1, 2 and 3. Now this video I'm going to be showing you how I bind them actually into the folder, because at the moment they're just sitting there loosely. I just put a bind around them so I know which they are. Book's almost finished. I'm going to do the last touch-ups and then I can do a walkthrough. You'll notice I'm at my mum's desk. She's away for the weekend. One of the best things is her being away, that I can rate all her craft stuff and I can listen to my music as loud as I want to in here, which she doesn't usually like when she's crafting. I'll just give you a quick rundown of what I'm going to be using before I speed everything up. So, as I said, my last video showed you how I gutted a book, etc. So that's the end result on how I done that. What I have done is I've got a piece of chipboard. I painted that black, so it matches in. It's not going to be standing out. This part's going to be glued down, so that doesn't matter too much. So that will be glued onto the spine in here. Now basically what I use this piece for is what I stitch all my signatures onto. So I'll stitch all my signatures onto this piece of chipboard. You can use paper or like heavy cardstock. I prefer to use chipboard because there's less likely of tearing when you're turning pages, and it gives it a bit of a longer lasting So I'll be using that. The other items that I do use is obviously the black. You can't see pencil marks, so I just use my white jelly roll. Also I don't know the proper words for these things. I've just found them on eBay in your mum's desk. So this is like a sticker poker thing. So I use that one. I have a large needle found in the sewing kit. It's a lot easier for threading through the threads. And my book binding ribbon, I call it. Twine. I got this on eBay. There's all different sorts. This is just kind of like a very fine kind of wax cord. Mum has another roll worth of it. So this stuff I usually find on eBay, Amazon, or AliExpress, which is my latest addiction. So I'll speed up the next part for you guys. Alrighty guys, hopefully you followed that with not too much difficulty. It may seem a bit choppy because there was a few moments of frustration. I have a very short temper, so there was a few swear words when the holes wouldn't align and a few stabbings of fingers, but I made it in the end. So as you can see, that's how I do my signatures. So you can do a lot more if like you got thinner signatures, so you can do maybe 4 or 5 along here. I like mine spaced out. Just as I said, I'd have very short patience, so fiddling is not one of my strong points. Normally I align them a lot better than this. As you can see, there's a bit of variation between them. Reason being that I'm not too fussed in this project is that it is a demon hunter's journal, so I expect it to be a bit scraggly, bit all over the shop. I mean, it's not going to be a pretty frilly thing. It's a blood-soaked journal, so I mean, having everything perfect and aligned would just not go. So now all there's left for me to do is to hide this in here. So to do that, I use various glues. One of my main favourite ones to use is the good old Tarzan grip. I find that's usually what I bind this back in. I find it sticks the strongest, clears dry. Dry is clear, sorry. So I use that maybe with a bit of double-sided tape just to get right up along the edges, just so I know it's securely bound in, because the last thing you want is the whole middle of your book to fall out. So I've just glued that in there. I keep these clips on it just so I've got the individual signatures when I finish working on embellishing them. I have glued that in there using my Tarzan grip and double-sided tape. The double-sided tape I mainly use just so it does stick initially, so there is a bit of bond there before I do put the Tarzan grip on it. Now I'll leave that usually overnight, probably sitting up vertical like this, with something to support it either side, just so the cover and the signature just bond together, and then I can finish putting all my embellishments in and my tags. So hopefully tomorrow afternoon you may get the final product. Alright, thanks for watching, and hopefully it wasn't too choppy. Alright.